track. I know your heart bleeds. Don't lose your mind. Just let it be, let it be. Know you're dying inside. I know it gets harder. Days get longer. But close your eyes. It's gonna be alright. I know it gets harder. Days get longer. But close your eyes. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. I know it gets harder. Days get longer. Close your eyes. It's gonna be alright. I know it gets harder. Days get longer. Close your eyes. It's gonna be alright. a second chance, trusted you again, I feel shattered. Broken strings cause you play me like a violin. Shame on me for all your 7 deadly sins. Had it all but you craved attention, drowning in your own reflection. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your equation. Shattered from the past, wish you were my last. Shattered me to pieces like broken glass. Frozen looking at pictures that we took back in the summer. I thought that I would remember how we used to feel, but this isn't real. Now we're over. Take it all, there's nothing left here anyway. We used to talk, but now we don't know what to say. Now we're just two passing strangers. We tried, you lied, goodbye forever. Put me down just to see me get back up again. 6 feet under and you're ready to give all the pain. If I was your new addition, you make me part of your equation. Shattered from the past, wish you were my last. Shattered me to pieces like broken glass. Came from a broken home. I've seen so many people go. Learn to make it on my own. It's easier for me to be alone. So how are you? Keep cutting through. Claim me a night like the other guys. And only if I could give you a chance. Show me that you mean it. We'll feel some type of way. Something must be wrong with me. Keep wanting just to see you show up at my door. Et même quand je suis froide, un peu indifférent, tu continues tout de même de montrer tes efforts. I'm trying to keep my heart in peace. I just can't think but the way that I feel. It's too hard to trust. I mess it up. I just can't reach to be falling like this. Oh, why do you keep chasing clouds?
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. You're joining us for our ICCU Giving Games, brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, Boise State Esports, and the Idaho Food Bank. We started things out earlier this week with our Smash Bros. Tournament, and now we move on to the main event, our 3-day Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 tournament, all to benefit needy Idaho families throughout the holiday season. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Brenner Ladd, calling all of the action for you here tonight. And Brenner, we've been talking about the format that tonight is going to go, and it's kind of it's all for a good cause, low stakes, everyone's friends here, at least I would hope. It's no COD. But
after the COD duty, maybe not. But
maybe not. but I understand this isn't even traditional best of threes we're doing here.
Yeah, so we're going through the traditional CDL rules, which is going to be search and destroy, hardpoint, then control, kind of the thing we've done yearly with every Call of Duty. And so we're going to play each of those modes. So even if it's a 3-0 situation, we're still going to see every single mode and try to get a variety of maps, although a lot of these modes will share maps as well, where you have about 2 total maps that are exclusive to their modes. So possibly some map variety, or just going to be constantly the old faithfuls of Kings Row: The Return, but maybe not. We'll just have to wait and see. There's definitely some standouts coming out for the CDL, as this Call of Duty's only been out for a little over a month at this point, and so really the standout so far has been the M4 and the Vaznev 9K.
Yep, and as we can see here, the 3 modes are going to be hardpoint, search, and control. And it isn't going to be best of 5, as I assume. It is going to be just 3 games played, no matter what. But what I am most looking forward to isn't the individual maps themselves. I'm looking forward to the players, because we have a lot of people, both players and casters, who are ready to contribute. And, of course, this is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, the Idaho Food Bank, and Boise State University, bringing you the Giving Games Call of Duty Charity Tournament. And, of course, the real winners tonight will be needy families who are providing for throughout the Treasure Valley. You can scan the QR code right now to find out more about how you can contribute to the Idaho Food Bank and support a good cause this holiday season. We're just about ready to jump in. And, of course, as with any game, COD still has its keys to the game, if you will, things that our players need to follow. So I do believe we have Doc's keys to the game, or ICCU's keys to the game. Ooh. I like that production. That's really nice in Call of Duty. But they're still doing the Doc pose. You got to hide your face has to be half hidden. Otherwise, I don't trust you to give keys to the game. In Call of Duty, that's going to be to believe, achieve, and repeat one by one, bleed green, and, of course, help members achieve financial success. I see what you're doing there, ICCU. Cheeky fellas. You can check out iccu.com/careers. And they are always looking for top talent to join the green team. They have positions from IT to frontline tellers, programmers to financial service officers. ICCU, one of the best places to work in Idaho, bringing us the keys to the game. So we're just about ready to hop into our first stage. You see some of the players shuffling around. I was saying that we have some varsity players. You no doubt saw Durtho, a varsity Rocket League team. But we also have some casters. I know Fish and Chosen are going to be loading in here too. And I believe Chosen is hyping himself up a little bit for his team.
Yeah, as we've heard from the man himself, he's going to be the carry of the team. We're very excited to see what he can capitalize on here. Having played with him in previous Giving Games for previous Call of Duties, I know he's the man to do it. We've seen him do it in the past, and so very excited to see how this can go forward in the future, as well as our very own Michael Fisher, who has been both on the second casted Call of Duty in the past. We know he knows the ins and outs. I mean, I even saw him playing Hardpoint last night, getting ready for this Giving Games, because we finally want to be able to take down the behemoth that is the ICCU
There's a reason
East
they
team.
chose this particular game to make up the majority of the event. ICCU are huge COD players.
They have been the undefeatable. I've been taken down many times by them. They are a well-oiled machine. They clearly played together most nights, or else they would not have been this well-oiled machine. But with all new Call of Duties, there will be technical difficulties, as they are made by a small indie company. So we will have to deal with the bugs. It seems like it's going to take a moment.
Yeah, we'll just take a moment to get all the lobbies sorted out and be back with the first match in our Giving Games charity tournament. You're not going to want to go away.
You take really strong players from disparate communities and you put them together on teams with expert coaching.
So you mean to tell me by all the hands in the room, everybody in here is that top 2%?
It's ultimate, it's a 1v1, it proceeds on the last moment!
It's not every day that you're a kid like me and you get to have this experience.
It's something, it gets one.
This boot camp is really about finding out every weakness.
There's no such thing as a big mistake at this level.
I have people in the crowd there cheering my name on. I have to give them a show.
That feeling of just being up on stage and having a whole crowd of people, it's unbeatable.
1v1, but oh, why would you pick him?
I love this. I want to do this every day.
Another hit!
You didn't make a choice, so you were just looking at things.
If you want to go pro, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Jump up and down, you're a crowd, you're casters. It's a transformational experience.
That was a light switch, and now I see what it's all about.
A lot of players here right now are caught up in winning their tournaments 5-10 years down the road. They're not going to remember who won.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. You're joining us for our Giving Games charity tournament brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, the Idaho Food Bank, and Boise State Esports. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Brenner Ladd. We've been setting up everything for you tonight. Looks like we're ready to jump into our first game. They see Jertho and Fish up there on the stage, ready to represent the blue, but they are going to be going up against some tough opponents, including one player in particular who we just got confirmation is on the Idaho Central team, didn't we?
Yeah, Picklefolk returning player once again. And I believe the first match will be the Boise News against ICCU East, the reigning champion of Call of Duty. So this will be an eventful first match to jump right into this. And I believe due to technical difficulties, we will also be changing off CDL rules so players can bring any loadout that they have, which means we can see some of the most overpowered snipers in the Call of Duty that I have ever seen. So this will be some interesting if the players choose to bring it out. And essentially, since this game has also only been out for about around a month, most people have hit max level, which is only 55, so they can have a lot of these guns maxed out as well, which means they're going to have the top tier classes out of everything. And on top of having the Warzone experience, I think this is going to be a bloodbath because they're not going to be restricted by CDL rules either. So they can bring any perks, any main weapon. There's no restrictions. We are still sticking to the same modes of search and destroy, hardpoint, and control. But we are starting with search and destroy, I believe.
Yeah, that was the one everyone was talking about, and we were also talking about just the potential stages that these could be on. Of course, I don't necessarily know how to say any of those stages because every single one is an exercise in saying, how can Jem mispronounce this?
Yeah, we have the fun of having most of the game focused on Spanish speakers, so most of the maps are Spanish names. And I do not speak Spanish, so I just butcher these names and abbreviate half of them. So there's like, get ready for me butchering Spanish, of the Albagra Fortress. You just call it Fortress. It's just cut out the hard part. It's just Fortress. There's also something hotel. We're not going to try to pronounce it. It's just something hotel.
Albagra.
There you go. And then we also have the most difficult map to say ever, Embassy.
Embassy.
That is the actual title of the
proper names. We just have the Embassy because, yeah, unlike hotels, you know, there are no duplicates of embassies. There's just one embassy and everyone knows what it is.
It's not like Cold War. You can just have, Miami. Really easy stuff. No, we got to have Embassy.
Yep. Well, Boise State Esports, Idaho Central Credit Union, and the Idaho Food Bank invite you to celebrate the holiday season and support local families in need through the Giving Games charity tournament. Over the course of the week, teams will compete in a variety of games. The main showcase being right now a 3-day Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 tournament taking place latter half of the week. So for those of you interested in supporting, you saw the QR code there on the screen. You can scan that to find out more information on how you can support families in need this holiday season. We're still look like we're loading in. I suppose the Boise State players just need a few more affirmations spoken their way to get the confidence to be able to play.
Hopefully this will be the year that someone can take down ICCU East. The best we've ever done is take a map off them in the past, and that was a very sweaty match. People were drowning by the end of it because it was tooth and nail to take a map off of them. But that was back when we also did best of threes, and this time we are just going to play 3 maps flat out, play all 3 modes, and see who comes out on top. So we could have some 3-0s, could have real nail biters, 1-1s, see who comes out on top at the very end. So
I don't know whether to take that as a sign that everyone is just being very good sports or whether Boise State just technically doesn't want to say that ICCU swept them again. No, we're just playing 3 maps. It's not a best of 3. There's no.
At least it's not something like, say, a best of 7 in another game.
Yeah,
so
best of 7 bracket reset.
It's pretty nice that it's just like 3 maps, win or lose. We're here to have fun. And Call of Duty can get a little passionate, though, is the best way to put that. People are very passionate about their Call of Duty.
Well, and knowing that Fish and Chosen are on the same team as well, I just have to wonder if there's any personal dynamics that are going to leak into it. I also understand Durtho's on their team. You can see him right there on stage.
Yeah, I played with Durtho in our previous Call of Duty tournament, and it was fantastic. I mean, it was the first time we had played together, so it was a bit of a, all right, let's figure this out. We're going to wing it, but we did fantastic, and I believe he was also top of the kill feed, so that was fantastic. But Chosen came out right out the gate saying he was going to be the carry for the Boise State team, so we'll just have to wait and see if he's able to live up to those words as we're kicking things off.
Okay, we're going to the Mercado.
Who you already see jumping Armadillo, the carry. As we take a look at the lineups of the Boise News Nation and the dreaded ICCU East with returning Sebi, Picklefork, and Jumping Armadillo. These are names that have been burned into my brain. And already an aggressive push on to B.
Well, and Boise State comes out better on that half.
Yeah, 1 for 2 right now, favoring the Boise News Nation. Newcomers here could be the ones to dethrone ICCU East. Right now, Sebi's going for the bomb plant on B. They know they're there, having scouted out both Picklefork and Frisky down the mid. Seems only Dibs is on that side of the map, though. The bomb is down, so pressure is on. They need to collapse on this site and get at least 1 elimination for an opening here. They have the numbers advantage. They also still have their tacticals as well as Semtaxes. Ooh, but Jumping Armadillo is able to even the odds, so it's 2-2. Make that 2-1. Ooh, but Dibs with the high ground takes on Jumping Armadillo. I saw him, but in tradition Call of Duty fashion, as the final kill comes in of the first round, I believe that was a crash for our spectator. Oh, no, we're back.
And we get to find out, oh, it was ICCU. You know, go back to the QR code. I want to see that if we know the ICCU won that one.
It's only the first round of the first map. There's still plenty of time.
We're not playing a best of 3. There's no winners or losers. All right. We'll see if the Broncos can regain their composure. Move on.
The news team. Can they do it?
News team. All right, it looks like they're moving over to point A right now, trying to plan a bit of high ground.
Clean lift?
Yeah. It's still a trade 1-for-1. Jumping Armadillo is going to find himself taken out. So Boise.
Oh, that was friendly fire.
You know what? Boise will take it.
They got, ooh, Sebi though. This time not going for the friendly fire, is going to finally take down an enemy this time around.
Well, we've been hyping up Pickle Fork all this time, but it's really Sebi who's making the major plays.
Yeah, Frisco's down. Now it's a 1v2 situation. Sebi was able to bring it back last round and is able to pick up one with a clean headshot with that scar. But
there you go.
Cannot see all fronts. So Boise will take it. You did call it that time, and it is 1-6 as we can see here. So 1-1.
You can see the wide flank being brought out. Back onto Sebi. Seems like there's a bit of frustration on that one added too. That was a little more than
always got to get those extra bullets into the corpse of just, I did it.
I did it. All right, we're into the next round.
Sebi 4-1 right now.
Yeah, he needs to be taken out. He needs to be like the first one the Broncos are able to eliminate.
Yeah, he's got that drill charge as well. The new lethal brought into Modern Warfare 2, essentially a grenade that goes through a wall and explodes on the other side. Exciting new technologies. But, ooh, early long sight engagement will lead to no elimination for Jumping Armadillo, who's only 1-2 right now. Typically, we've seen them do much better, but that's normally also because they have a sniper, and this time they are not bringing it. There was the drill charge, but no one is on the other side of it. Trying to look at an opening on B, but 2 members stacked up for the News Nation. 45
Looks
seconds.
like we got some even splits between B and A, whereas the Broncos are kind of all bunched up together. They are not wanting to kind of contest split, and Wales going to be the first one eliminated.
He knows they're coming, sees them a little bit late on that reaction. Only got a few bullets in and looked away from the high ground too soon with that P90, so that will cost him his life. Broncos New Nation down 2 members right now, whereas ICCU is looking very good. Frisk still yet to get a kill, but bomb has to be planted here. So it will... They did get it down on A, so 30 seconds for News Nation to get 2-man wiped very quickly, so ICCU East will get up 2-1.
Yeah, it seems the Broncos are really in a team mentality at this point. They don't want to take anything on, but it seems like they're not taking keeping in mind all the angles that they need to have covered. There's just some awkward crosshair placement here and there that's really making it hard for Boise News.
Yeah, that's some of the struggle.
And Sebi just needs to be taken out. I mean, stop this man.
I mean, he's only 7-1, so it's fine. It's typical Call of Duty fashion. But on the side of Boise News Nation, the game has only been out for a month, so you can only learn maps so well. And as soon as he breaks through the door, Wales able to escape with his life, but we did swap sides. And Pickle Fork will get first blood onto Shirima. Nice Sentex on the stairs with the health regen, but pokes his head out a bit too soon. Not gun at the ready. Will get his head popped for that. So once again, Boise News will be down 2 players. ICCU East has control of the A side, and the bomb finds Dibs at the tail end. So now it's all down to Dwid Shrewd as he gets taken out.
Back to the beet farm you go. At this point, I think it's just showing that ICCU is just they play this game a disgusting amount. So it's like they know every single angle, every single possible flank route, and they're just running circles around Boise.
Call of Duty is their work retreat.
Yep.
They don't go anywhere. They just go at their computers and play Call of Duty together, which is a great bonding experience. Can confirm. As long as you're not on
as long as you're
teams.
winning.
That too.
If you're, yeah.
And no friendly fire, as ICCU East has had that. But Frisk bringing out the first sniper we've seen tonight.
Did you see that? There was a knife onto Dibs. He knifed Dibs.
That was friendly fire on that throwing knife. So now both teams have had their own friendly fire incident, as we are playing on hardcore, which is what has allowed this. Ooh, another long-range engagement, but no kills come of it. You can already see how much they've played this game. They already have gold guns on the side of ICCU East on Pickle Fork on that M4. And if he had peeked that angle, he would see Pickle Fork. He sees the shoulder. Ooh, but we'll get him overhead.
Well, at this point,
it's only a 1v4, Whale.
So, I'm wondering if Whale's chosen, because he has the best KD, but still it's only 3-3 at this point.
It's going in all the way around for the master flank. Saw one at the tail end. It's going to go for a different rotation through. Or maybe try to psych him out by opening the door. The smoke was deployed. He's able to pick up one, but with additional teammates, they were able to swing that angle, pushing them to 4-1. Possibly the last 2 rounds for the News Nation.
Yeah, that was just a 2-on-1 that no matter how good Whale could have been there, he wasn't going to win that one.
Yeah, in those situations, the best thing you can hope for is maybe throw down a smoke, push the angle, and even go for the melee rush if you want to try to be some really cheeky plays. But now returning to Boise News Nation on attack. See if they can keep 4 members alive for longer than 30 seconds. Not get early picked off by either Sebi or Armadillo. Seems that they're going for another A-push. Will be scouted on the sideline, but he can only take one angle. And Tim's getting a double. This looks to be their opening. Scouts out Pickle Fork as well. He's on a triple. Will he get the ace? He's got the health regen as well. They got the internal. They have eyes on Sebi inside the side
should
building.
be going now, though, onto where Sebi is.
It's going to be, can Dibs get the ace? But he ran all the way over to B for the plant as well. Oh, nice flank onto the ace is gone. Sebi. Sebi!
No! No!
He's bringing it back, but the bomb plant is down. So now it is between Whale and Sebi for this B point. He's got the nice solid cross angle.
It's the best player versus the best player.
Oh, he knows he's there, and he had the SMG fire rate advantage. So finally, the win streak of ICCU East will be broken, bringing us 4-2.
Well, congrats to Whale there for definitely being a carry. I sure hope that is chosen so that his claim of being the carry works out. That was a reverse ace. I don't know. I would have been done for the night there. I would have.
Casual 1v4 reverse sweep. But we will continue as the return. Possibly Boise News beginning their win streak here. Able to get the first win, opening as many doors as possible, rushing B as quickly as possible.
But right now, ICCU is all bunched up around A, and there's only one person defending it, and they're trying to get the flank on him.
Saw a little bit damage exchange, but no elimination. Holding down below while the rest of the team surrounds him. He saw Sebi out of the corner of his eye. Sees him again. Doesn't get the elimination. He has the nade
alive,
and
but now
smoke.
Boise is trying to collapse on him. I'm wondering how Whale is still staying alive at this point.
He sees him again.
They are circling like sharks, but he gets it against Frisky. Now it is 4-on-3. He picks up a double. Boise is making their comeback, and they are going to make it 4-3.
In typical Call of Duty fashion, Got to get the winning in, and even the defuse from Dwight Schrute.
See, this is why when you said that Call of Duty was a great bonding experience, I was pressing beat it out hard there. I mean, I was not taking that for any second whatsoever.
Well, the Vector doing work right now for Boise.
But now we're switching sides, which it seems like there's been a huge side advantage at this point.
Yeah, but Boise bringing it back. ICCU East struggling in these last 2 rounds, only getting a single elimination in that prior round. So, you see if they can bring it back from the 2-win streak that Boise News is on at the moment.
Whale is currently on a 3-kill streak.
Going for another hard A-push. A-push has definitely been the favorable site here. And Dibs, make sure to clear out the bottom of the building, because that's where Whale held last time. And it definitely caused some huge issues for the attacking team, and they made sure to get rid of that problem immediately. They full committed A, whereas ICCU still went 2-2. Seems they're going to go for the rotate around, even cooking the frag grenade. Will not pick anybody up, though. 2 of them going for the master flank onto Whale.
Watch out for Frisky.
Is in the corner, though. So if they don't check their corners, this could cost them here.
He doesn't know. He still takes out 1. Trades 1 for 1. Hey, I'm happy with that.
That's the best you can ask for in that situation. But Pickle Fork is able to take down Shurima in the front, as well as Height Shrewd. And there goes Dibs. Bond plant is defused.
I mean, it's better than we saw last time in the Bankers versus Broncos tournament at this point.
A little bit of melee cheeky friendly fire there, but like we said, bonding experience. You always got to, you almost had it.
See, that is not team synergy right there. That is going to be Idaho Central's Achilles heel, I guarantee you right now.
They did have previous friendly fire kills. Whether they were intentional or not, we do not know, but I would assume not, except for the last one. So
okay, it's going to have to be a dream sweep for Boise here. 3 wins in a row.
This is match point for ICCU East. So, can the News Nation do it? I think it's going to be off the back of Whale, but Dibs goes out so early on, running way too aggressively forward. Tried to get that high ground, but was not able to make those rotations in time. So that means ICCU East has control of B and should be able to get the plant down, but they're just playing very hesitant. Frag grenading out, will go for the plant. Not even going prone, very confident there. But the snipe from Whale will take down Pickle Fork.
Well, he basically reset everything. Risky positioned himself on the high ground as well as jumping, taking another angle, making it that much more. I mean, look, they're forming basically a triangle.
Yeah, they got the crossfire. Ooh. Shurima goes down. They need to push this through and just take that angle. You have a guess where one of them is.
He's
nice.
Stunned. But it's not good.
Does not push up. Pushes out too slow. Gets taken down by Sebi on the high ground. Now it's down to Dwight. Can the Beat Farmer pull it off with 6 seconds remaining? And he gets eliminated, which means ICCU East will take Search and Destroy.
Oh, what a surprise. Yay! Woo! That's what I call a game. That was well played, everybody. Well played.
No sarcasm on the desk whatsoever as the returning champs take down the newcomer.
Well, I mean, I see Boise State did a little bit better than they did last time, where ICCU just completely swept them, so that's something, isn't it? I mean, the people playing for Boise, whatever. Boise State is a sponsor of the Giving Games, along with Idaho Food Bank and Idaho Central Credit Union, who are trying to help families in need during this holiday season. You can scan the QR code on the screen right now to find out more about how you can donate to this great cause during this Call of Duty tournament. So that's 1 game in the bag. We still have 2 to go at this point, which Boise has managed to take 1 round off of ICCU before. Did it favor them in a specific mode? I mean, or was Search and Destroy their best chance?
I definitely think we've seen the biggest swings in control, because that's where a lot of teams have to dedicate to attacking and defending for a longer period of time, whereas Search and Destroy is constantly swapping every round. And so that can throw a lot more teams off rather than just being able to commit to a strategy of, all right, we're going to attack. You can always go 2 and 2 or swap it up from there. And then once you capture 1 point, you can move to the next. But we won't even see that till the 3rd and final map, because now we're heading over to Hardpoint. Hardpoints that more control-y King of the Hill where you have to manage the time and your points as well. So it's not going to be, well, you also get the perk of respawning and having lives now. So these teams are going to have to be a lot more aware of their lives and the time they have left to capture the point and get to that final, I believe it is 200 score. So this can be a longer one if teams can even remember to get on the hard point. Because a lot of people are just like, hey, let's just get kills and wipe them off the map rather than points.
Team deathmatch.
Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see what that strategy might be. I think from that single game we've seen, Boise News, if they go for kills, have a chance at it. We've seen them win multiple of those engagements if they were covering each other's backs or in that kind of cornered situation underneath the building on that A side we just saw in Search and Destroy, to where Whale was able to hold his own in that building and kind of collapse on anybody who came into that space. So if you're able to set that up on the hard point and just be impenetrable anytime you come in, you shut them down as one person. So we'll have to wait and see.
All right, and it looks like we're moving over from the east to the west in terms of ICCU.
A team that is beatable.
A team that you would think is beatable, yes.
We have seen beaten, and this is our own Boise State roster of people up on stage, and already a great opener for Boise State.
Okay, I can hear the game. Thank you very much.
Call of Duty sounds coming in nice and clear with Hellfire Spider getting a double very early on. Make that a triple.
I would think that's probably Chosen right now.
No, that is Cody. I know him.
Oh, Cody.
Chosen, I believe, is playing on either not Koba or Professor. As we know, Think Michael is our very own Fisher. So
at this point, everything I was saying last game about hoping it was Chosen, that wasn't even, okay, never mind then.
So we know that Professor, not Koba, is Chosen and Dirthu.
Wait, we're already 3 rounds into this.
Oh, all right. And it did seem that Spider was able to close that out with an ace of his own. So nice clean elimination there. So Broncos will be able to take that third round.
Oh, we're still on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, we jumped right into an in-progress match. Curious who is Chosen and who is Dirtho here. Either Professor or Nakawa, they're one of the two. And ICCU West currently getting 0-3 right now, not able to bring over some of the skill that the East team was able to hold on to.
Slipper Toad's going to get the first pick on to Not Koba.
Based off comments being made on stage, I believe Not Koba is Chosen.
Okay.
Just a guess.
That would mean Dirtho is Professor.
I believe so.
I'm going to go with that.
All in focus mode you can see on stage.
Nice pick from Dirtho on a Slipper Toad, but it's traded back.
Spider goes down. Ooh! Michael tried to get one. Will get taken down, though, in the window on that controller. Tried to use aim assist to the best of extent, but now it is a 1v2 situation for Dirtho.
He's got to find himself trying to take a long sight line.
He's got a nice sight line on the bomb, but he has to go pick it up, and he just cannot control all of the different verticality elements, but he will run right into the front of Reigning King. So he's got this. He's even the odds, going for the B plan, but he knows there's someone behind him. They scouted it out, going for the round push as well. But he has to go for the plan. He doesn't have enough time to try to hold that angle any longer. So the plan will go down.
Be planted.
Ooh, he saw it. Nice. Nice use of the double time there to get away just in time. We'll try to go for the high ground, but he's going to push it, and the jump shot will go in the favor for Dirtho.
Ooh, Dirtho clutching, push Boise State to a 4-0 lead. So the good news is that this is against ICCU. The bad news is it's not against the right ICCU team.
Well, it is against the right ICCU because West is on the left. It's fine.
I don't want to hear any more complaining about any casting mistakes I make after that comment. You have lost your moral high ground, mister.
This is why I'm not playing, because the players need to focus, and I'm just here throwing jokes at a wall. Ooh, and nice sideline for Michael. Will he be able to pick up Slippery Toad very early on and find another? But Chosen running right in.
You know, for the supposed carry right now, he's been taken out first 2 times.
Not living up to his own words as Durtho and Spider pick up 1 apiece. So now it's 1v1, or sorry, 1v3. He's able to pick up 1. Dead Silence even active, so no footsteps will be heard as he takes down Spider, but with a nice flank coming out from, I believe that was Durtho, will get the final elimination. Bring it to an 0-5. So take a look at the final kill cam. With pistol out, was not able to retrieve in time.
Yeah.
This is the perk of double time sprint, run and jump. So, Durtho showing Chosen what a carry looks like right now.
If Chosen gets taken out yet again.
He just wants to show his team what getting first blood looks like every time.
Okay.
He's just like, here's how it's done, guys.
I don't even care if Boise State wins in this time. I'm just looking at Chosen, a.k.a. Notkoba, right now.
I'm just ready for him to start bringing a riot shield, and instead of being a meat shield, just be the shield so you don't get eliminated. But the cruise missile coming in from Durtho. As Michael
right now, there he, he's got 1.
Cruise missile doesn't pick up any, sadly.
Oh, gets 2.
Ooh, Chosen bringing it back with a double.
There you go. That completely kind of saves his KD ratio. He was at 3 and 4, but now he's at 5 and 4. So that's always nice, just knowing that you can say I've made a positive impact.
Spider will activate Dead Silence and be able to get the final kill. So Boise State will win Search and Destroy. First mode of 3 against ICCU West.
So do we still have 2 games left since we technically joined the other game in round 1?
We're just going
still
everywhere.
In progress.
You have so many teams competing. We're just going to see the first game of every team and then save the rest for the next days.
Okay, at least we can see where the skill level of everyone is. I mean, the big test is going to be Boise State versus ICCU East. That's the big question that everyone has on their mind.
It's been an ongoing rivalry that I've also been a part of that has been a consistent losing battle. But we did see at least Bronco, who's able to take at least a couple rounds off of them in Search and Destroy. So we've seen the weakness. We know that they can take, they bleed. We know they bleed. And so.
Well, that's good. We figured out our first problem. We've got 99 more to get through, but you know what? We've solved one issue.
Baby steps.
Yes.
It only took 3 years, but we got there. So, curious, will we join a new set of teams in another Search and Destroy map? Or will we finally move on to Hardpoint and see maybe what 2 teams will compete there?
I was hoping that, yeah, we'll have to see. I would like a little bit of variety at this point, but you can never know. See, this is what happens when we finally showcase Call of Duty. The casters just become the most cynical, salty people in the room.
It breeds it. I mean, it's Call of Duty. It's if you know Call of Duty, it's self-explanatory. There's no other ways I can explain it. So we'll just have to wait and see as we're jumping into the second mode of ICC. Oh, we're back to ICCU East, taking on the News Nation.
Oh no, so this isn't even the people on stage. I don't know who these people are for Boise News Nation, but
newcomers.
Oh, that's just a little.
But they're taking an early lead on Hardpoint right now, getting those points, but they're not winning in the kills as East brings it back, retakes the point. So now News has to regroup, able to take down 1, but looking at the wrong angle. Whale and Dwight will go down with a nice swing from Pickle Fork, make that triple as Dibs is able to pick up 1 onto Sebi. Cordella takes 1 onto Dibs, but Whale with a perfectly timed smoke saves his own skin there. Vector coming out for Pickle Fork and a nice blind as well. A dolphin dive into the corner. My favorite feature added in Modern Warfare 2 is that dolphin dive. So I've yet to see a dolphin dive kill, though. So to the players in the arena with us.
Pickle Fork's going to have his reign ended.
Ooh, even score right now. Neck and neck.
I mean, you got to hand it to Boise News Nation. They're in the lead just pure on their control of the hard point. Dwight is going to be eliminated by jumping Armadillo, but the point is still contested. Neither team getting any more charge on their score.
Ooh.
Pickle Fork now with a double is going to take out most of Boise News Nation. That's the hard point now going back over to Idaho Central.
Yeah, they've been really good with these retakes, even after News Nation has been able to get set up on point, even with their trophy systems. So it's definitely going to be sharing up their defense. They get a nice 3-man lead, but Frisky holding the point all by his lonesome with 10 seconds remaining. This might have to be the last 10 seconds that the News Nation has to give up and rotate over to the next hard point, but ICCU East is cutting off a lot of those rotations, getting those eliminations.
That's a huge pick onto Sebi. That only leaves Jumping as the one contesting the new hard point. Now Dwight and Whale are going to make their way. Pickle Fork still has a chance here now that he has backup from Jumping Armadillo. And he's going to take out Whale.
Ooh! Friendly fire once again from Pickle Fork on to Frisky. But they maintain the hard point and continue their point lead little by little. The best Boise News is at least contested. A nice flank coming out from Whale will lead to a double.
That's going to be a whole bunch of points given over to Boise News Nation.
As Dibs gets the elimination onto Whale.
That is going to be at least the score tied.
If they can hold it for the remaining 10 seconds, they should be able to get it even here. It seems ICCU East will just rotate next.
But Whale's already beaten them to it.
They left the last second, so nobody got the last point seconds, free score, whatever. And so rotation East.
But, I mean, still a few points given over to Boise News Nation just thanks to Whale.
A war of inches at this point as a hail of grenades.
It's this close. Yeah, it is going to be a war of inches.
Ooh, 1 for 2. Even an elimination with the stun grenade is a welcome sight that we don't get to see all that often because it does next to no damage, but he must have just beaten him in the head with it.
I learned Boise News Nation.
Bringing it back. It seems Hardpoint has just been their game mode right now. They shared up their defense, have just been able to hold it down.
Whale picking up a double. That's everyone from Idaho Central East wiped out. Yeah, and at least 8 seconds left on this hard point. That's going to be a pretty healthy lead brought up.
SMGs have been the go-to meta for hardpoint, and especially on this map with how close quarters it is. But Sebi with that scar will be able to pick up well as the Semtex from Dibs is able to get a double as we see Frisky take down Dwight. Still, the point in News Nation's hands. They are up to 100, closing in. Halfway there with 340 on the board. ICCU struggling right now, getting the kills, but they need the points. Able to hold that high ground as the ARs for ICCU East finally coming online with a bit more open area, but the Vector from Dwight is able to trade out 1 for 1. Contesting at least finds him.
Whale double. On the Lockman sub, but he's only going to be held to a double as a triple is gotten by Sebi.
Jumping Armadillo is going to steal away that quad.
And now this is a rough position for Boise News Nation because the one thing that they've kind of had the upper hand on is rotating to the next hard point is Frisky is already going to beat him to it. So now they're going to have to retake.
Able to get the first 2 eliminations of this new point, try to help with the rotations, but ICCU East had the spawn advantage, having controlled the point, so they will just take down all members of the News Nation while they are trying to rotate over. It seems Pickle Fork has been the lead player for this ICCU East team.
Oh, 2-on-1. Frisky is able to kind of stop the flank from the lower half. It's going to be Pickle Fork defending on point, trying to go against both Dibs and Whale.
Nice smoke coming out from the News Nation, trying to force the rotations out from ICCU East out of the cover, but a well-placed nade from Frisky will take down Dibs. But the remaining 2 members of
oh my
News
goodness,
Nation,
that's disgusting.
Back and forth, these AK-74Us have been the huge playmakers for both teams right now as Sebi and Shurima and Whale, just everybody bringing out the 74s right now. Oh, the trophy system.
Thrown out. Jumping is eliminated by Dwight. Pickle Fork, though, still on the point.
If you have a kill streak, this is the time to use it because it is a glass ceiling. You could bring that missile right into the middle of the center of the map, but no one has been able to live long enough to have that 5-man kill streak. Able to have at least 2 on the point.
Almost tied up again. I mean, this is really close. And still plenty of time on this hard point, so.
Ooh, long distance, though. 74 right now has just been the huge weapon of choice. As the News Nation has at least been able to hold on to it. They have the better position, but they need to get ready to rotate next with only 5 seconds remaining. And with the point in the position of ICCU East, they're positioned well, but not watching their backs. Even though Whale is able to pick up jumping armadillo, Frisky will take down Shima from behind, followed by Sebi taking down Dwight, but Whale is able to follow that up as he trades out with Frisky. Seems ICCU East might reclaim the point here with few members remaining. Dibs doing their best to try to hold it on. Battle Hardened coming online.
Oh!
Ooh. Perks of the SMG. That hip fire is able to keep Sebi
thrown out.
They're just stuck in that corner, but with the trophy system, it's keeping him alive. Even Prone doesn't have the sightline set up, so he will live another day. But with it contested, no one's gaining any points in 2 minutes remaining. ICCU East having that 12-point advantage could win them the game here.
And look at Whale. He is trying to drag Boise News Nation across the finish line. 33-15.
Yeah, Dwight and Shima really need to pick up the pace. Dibs doing their work as well, trying to at least stay even here. But if you look on the side of ICCU East, they're all positive right now. Oh, so Bronco News Nation having a concise team push would help.
Nade thrown out. Right needs to get out of the kitchen. Get away from that nade. Another one thrown out. Whale gets the pick onto Frisky. Picks up a double.
Ooh.
Dibs also onto Pickle Fork. That's almost everyone gone from Idaho Central East. That's the hard point going over to Bronco News Nation. They should be able to tie this up.
Yeah, they got 2 on point, 2 running around it, trying to find any stragglers of ICCU East as Dibs gets taken down, being that outside man. But the 2 on the inside are able to pick him up, make that 3 down for ICCU East with only
Dibs and Whale already moving down. Kind of the 2 strongest players are going to be able to claim this next hard point first.
And Bronco News Nation took the lead here, and they're continuing to take the lead. ICCU East.
Can they actually do this? It's Frisky and Sebi who have to bring it back. Frisky picking up a double.
They're maintaining control. They're only 25 points away from winning here with only 1:39 on the board.
It might be, it's the desperation setting in for Idaho Central. They're trying to take the point by any means possible.
Whale is up to 41 kills here. This man is carrying the world's biggest backpack and continuing to push forward here.
It's going to be up to Pickle Fork, but he heads down. That's going to be it, I think.
They should be able to get
can
it
make
here.
the play of lifetime. They're running away, though.
Even the drill charge will not. I guess we're going past 200. They've updated hard points since Cold War. So we're going. Might even go to 250 here, but there's 1:39 frozen on the board as the hard point is still earning points. So
yeah, just take as much charge as you can get.
Yeah, you got to just make that gap even bigger so ICCU East cannot close it. But now they shall begin the climb.
Huge play by Dibs, eliminating Frisky. Pickle Fork has himself on the point right now.
Ooh,
he gets taken out, however. Flank brought out by Sebi. Double. That's going to be the hard point taken over toward Idaho Central East.
Though.
Oh.
221.
Nice.
ICCU East is closing this gap. This is one of the few hard points that Boise News cannot afford to lose here, even though this is one of their weakest points on the map, since they are all running these AK-74s.
Oh, no, that's unfortunate. He got
that! And the team kill coming out from Dwight onto Whale. Taking down your star player is not what you want to see if you're a Boise News fan.
They're so close now. They're at 235. They're just 10 away, I would assume.
Stun will not even be enough to slow down that mouse
but that's
speed.
an unfortunate hardpoint placement right there. That's much more in Idaho Central's territory.
Boise News needs to retake it, but they're getting cut down on these rotations in the open. Callouts need to be key here of where the enemies are if you're going to rotate in, especially through the open where there's so much high ground peeking. So the trophy system does go down and even gets him after. Oh, but they know they're there, but his gun's blocking the prone!
Wow. It was on this exact point that Pickle Fork was so hard to pin down. They're going to bring out the missile as well.
It's the open point site, except for not very members are remaining.
They do it!
That's the map.
It's
gone.
like you said, they bleed. They bleed. Boise News Nation. They've got a breaking news alert for you right now. I know Central East has lost.
I mean, whale. I believe he closed it out with 50+ kills.
Yeah, I mean, that's the ultimate carry right now. You can also see our Boise State team right now up on stage competing, so I wonder if we're going to join them midway through like we did last time.
Yeah, they were able to get a clean 6-0 victory on their search and destroy, but seems we'll have to wait and see.
Now, I might have heard go to break here, so it looks like, yeah, we are going to take a short break and be back with more of the Call of Duty Giving Games tournament right after this.
You take really strong players from disparate communities and you put them together on teams with expert coaching.
So you mean to tell me by all the hands in the room, everybody in here is that top 2%?
It's ultimate. It's a 1v1. It proceeds to the last moment.
It's not every day that you're a kid like me and you get to have this experience.
Something. He gets one.
This boot camp is really about finding out every weakness.
There's no such thing as a big mistake at this level.
I have people in the crowd there cheering my name on. I have to give them a show.
That feeling of just being up on stage and having a whole crowd of people, it's unbeatable.
1v1, but why would you pick him?
I love this. I want to do this every day.
Another hit.
You didn't make a choice, so you were just looking at things.
If you want to go pro, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Jump up and down, you're a crowd, you're casters. It's a transformational experience.
That was a light switch, and now I see what it's all about.
A lot of players here right now are caught up in winning their tournaments 5-10 years down the road. They're not going to remember who won.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Idaho's Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We have been on an emotional roller coaster of highs and lows in chronicling the saga that is Bronco Nation News, not Bronco News Nation. Bronco Nation News against Idaho Central East. It's one of them. That's
Central.
Brenner.
Hi.
That's me. This is me, Jacob Palmer, Brenner Ladd.
I am the host now.
We have
Look at
been.
me, look at me.
We saw quite a sweep from ICCU East against Bronco Nation News.
Quick look at
now.
Oh, we're just jumping right into it. This is control.
Okay, thank you.
We're here now.
Okay.
But we were told in between the break that Boise Nation News is very good at COD, and they've been giving ICCU East a run for their money, as that was... Okay, we're continuing forward.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Ooh. Dibs, though, able to pick 1 for 1 here. Able to get the first tick onto B. Will lose the progress they had on A. And B will be regained.
They're going to get 1 tick
here.
onto B. We're even in lives between both of them.
SMG still the favored way to go for News Nation, but seems the ARs for ICCU East have been able to even the playing field. Both teams at least have 1 M4. Armadillo just a hair too forward on that prone. Will get scattered out.
Complete swipe by Dibs and Whale.
Yeah, now in a 2-life advantage. Make that 1 life.
How's that trophy system?
Ooh, perfect timing. But they know they're there.
Oh, could just see the head of Dibs, but gets taken out before he can even get a shot on.
Yeah, well, doing the master flanks right now, trying to cut off any rotations onto the point, as ICCU East is on the attack here.
I mean, at this point, it looks like more. You got a 4-kill lead on Bronco Nation News. Now make it 3, but they're still there. They're making a whole lot of progress on A as well.
Yeah, this might be the new Crown Prince of the Giving Games, dethroning ICCU
I didn't know we
East.
referred to the victors as the Crown Princes.
That is just me putting words out there.
Why
into
not the king? Why are you selling them short with Crown Prince? Because that even doesn't even mean... Never mind.
Because we all know the king is obviously chosen to carry the Boise State production team.
Sure.
That he will 100% live up to in the future rounds that we will get to broadcast later on. But it seems ICCU East has finally been able to get some
to get
presence.
the flank onto Sebi, but Frisky was holding down that angle.
Finally able to get the second pip onto B. Seems that...
We might get it just on the capture here. They're forcing Bronco Nation News to move in.
Dibs was the last one to try to contest it, but will get taken down. So now it's all pressure on A. This is kind of the return of Hardpoint of King of the Hill, but now it's just sit there and hold your ground right now. Did see the run
Frisky just tears right through Bronco Nation News with that flank.
Yeah, and it seems that's the second pip with all 4 members on the point. It seems the new Nation
I had
News.
such high hopes.
Controls best of 3.
First to 3. Yeah, I know, but still, I'm not going to act like I'm thrilled about this.
This is definitely the closest we have seen so far, and in a lot of prior matches. So, ICCU East takes round 1 of Control. I believe this is on Fortress. So, I have to wait and see how the Nation News is going to react now that they are on attack against ICCU East's defense. ICCU East now in the orange on the minimap in the bottom. Unless I'm wrong. And
I'm going to
nope,
split
I'm still
2
wrong.
and 2.
Ignore me.
Picklefork gets first blood. One of many, I'm sure. Whale just moves around the corner, is able to take out 1, make that
good
2.
Trades.
That's going to secure A.
Whale 13 and 7. Ooh, but contested against Pickleforks 14 and 6.
Now Dibs has to move on to the point to keep control of it.
Yeah, it seems that.
Oh, the door's open. Jumping is
good
ready
reaction
for
time
it.
there for Jumping Armadillo. Still want to go for that A push. Able to get the first tick, though they're trying to scout it out. Goes prone. We'll see his feet under the. He saw his leg. but rotated too soon into the open sightlines down the mid, and will get shot up. Seems they're going to try to rotate their strategy over. We finally begin to capturing it, but only Whale is on site. Oh, he saw the gun barrel, is able to react in time. Almost got Pickle Fork, but had to run around the environment. Will cost him his life, but his team's there with the retake.
This is almost kind of the inverse of what we've seen last time. A lead for Bronco Nation News on the objectives themselves, but in the lives remaining, they're lagging just a little.
Oh, he stuck him with the Semtex through the smoke. A play I've done myself and is definitely a personal highlight. So huge kudos to Dibs for being able to pull that off. Pistol shots into the shin, I believe. And he will go down to higher from behind of that master flank. So huge pressure being applied to B, but it seems they're going for the 2-and-2 strategy now, applying pressure onto A, keeping ICCUs guessing where they want to fully commit here.
Problem is they're having to spend a whole lot of lives to maintain this point, and they're only down to 9.
Ooh, getting taken down in the rotations. A almost had that second tick, but they will end up losing it by just a hair. Seems that with how many kills are going in the favor of ICCU East, this might just be a team deathmatch win for them, bringing them to a 2-0, which means it'll be match point, well, game point at that.
Double from Dwight.
Well, one of those was a friendly kill with the grenade.
You know what? This is not.
Kill's a kill. It's fine. We don't need to talk about it.
I think this is it.
Yeah, with 1 life remaining, it's all down to Shima, and he will go down, meaning ICCU East goes to a 2-0. Seems that the only person who might be able to fully dethrone the ICCU East team will be the God Carry Chosen himself.
Well, just have to see.
Well, we will have to wait and see. Hopefully we will get to see later on as we continue our Giving Games coverage. But
oh, it's first
it's not
2-3,
yet.
not best of 3.
Correct.
I'm sorry, I couldn't read English.
It's Call of Duty. We're not here to read. We're here to Call of Duty shoot a man.
I love the pauses you had to catch themselves. What is the true purpose of Call of Duty?
Call of Duty shoot a man.
There you go.
The name of every Call of Duty ever.
Oh.
Ooh.
Just pick up 1.
Whale with this MP5 has just been a godsend for his team, but looked away from the box at just the wrong moment. Has a nice corner camp coming out from Shima. And the stun as well. Saw him, but the pole is going to block it. He still gets the kill at least.
Still manages to get away with it. Now a lot of progress
frag.
being made at both points, but Pickle Fork is coming in to take the point away. He's going to be stopped by Diz. Both
Trophy
teams are going to claim progress. 1 tick each for each point.
Ooh, A's going to be given up as we cut to the sick.
Yeah, this is what I really wanted to see here. Look at the side of Fish's face. That is, oh, I am so glad I got. Oh, he's texting. I wonder what he's texting right there.
We're also going to see a little bit of the God Carry himself, Chosen all the way in the back, hiding behind
the
chair.
We can't even see him. He likes to stay humble, even though he's the carry.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is, the Carry himself.
Durtho's like, what is even going on? Oh, here we are. Yeah.
We're back.
Stuff happened when we were gone. Already ICCU has taken 1 point. It's not like that's an important piece of information that would have been nice if we could see. No, we're just going to get the info that ICCU won. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad we were able to check in with Boise State there. This is... Woo! This is great cinematography. Let's pull up a Pulitzer Prize for this.
Pulitzer.
The Pulitzer. Yeah, we're not in the running for the Pulitzer. We're in the running for the Pulitzer at this point. I don't think we're even going to get that, the knockoff
Call of
prize.
Duty bringing out the maximum salt in all of us.
Okay. But you know what? It's all for a good cause, which is the best thing in the end. It is the Giving Games benefiting the Idaho Food Bank, brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, the Idaho Food Bank, and Boise State University. And if you want to find out more information on how you can support families in need this holiday season, scan that QR code because your donations really do help families make it through this winter season. So, ICCU East is going to win that one. So, kind of the favorites that we had going in have shown that they are favorites, but we have seen, though, that they can have a match taken away from them. So,
yeah, Fingers
the match
crossed.
we're hoping that going forward in this tournament is going to be Boise State versus ICCU East.
Yeah, it seems to be looking that way, especially after our very own Brockern team was able to 6-0 ICCU West. So hopefully we can see that continue forward. I don't know if we will see that more tonight or not, as Call of Duty is a small indie game and caused a little bit of chaos and a little bit of technical issues. So we will have to wait and see what will happen with those games and those lobbies. But fingers crossed we can see the dethroning of ICCU East. Boise Nation News came in here pretty strong. I mean, they had a very close first search and destroy, but then as soon as we went to hardpoint, it was a bit more well, no, they won that. So we will just have to wait and see what the future holds for them.
We'll take a short break. I think we have one more match to cover, so 3 more games of excitement being brought to you here from the Boise State Esports Arena. We'll be right back after this break.
You take really strong players from disparate communities and you put them together on teams with expert coaching.
So you mean to tell me by all the hands in the room, everybody in here is that top 2%?
It's ultimate. It's a 1v1. It proceeds on the last moment.
It's not every day that you're a kid like me and you get to have this experience.
Something. He gets one.
This boot camp is really about finding out every weakness.
There's no such thing as a big mistake at this level.
I have people in the crowd there cheering my name on. I have to give them a show.
That feeling of just being up on stage and having a whole crowd of people, it's unbeatable.
1v1, but why would you pick him?
I love this. I want to do this every day.
Another hit.
You didn't make a choice, so you were just looking at things.
If you want to go pro, sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
Jump up and down, you're a crowd, you're casters. It's a transformational experience.
That was a light switch, and now I see what it's all about.
A lot of players here right now are caught up in winning their tournaments 5-10 years down the road. They're not going to remember who won.
Idaho Central Credit Union, looking after your daily balance.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. You're currently joining us for our ICCU Giving Games charity tournament benefiting the Idaho Food Bank. Boise State is currently going up against ICCU West. We're going to be jumping into their third match right now. This is the team that is on stage that we've been talking about that has Fish and Chosen and Durtho and just a lot of big names from the Boise State program involved in it. I'm your stereo host, Jacob Palmer, joined